Trust me, I know the title is a little provocative, but if they snatching up white women and children, oh, they gonna snatch up all of us. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So we are going to hear the story about Sarah Shaw. She was detained last month by ICE. Here we go, you guys.
Sarah Shaw and her 6-year-old son in late July after she dropped off 2 of her kids at the Vancouver airport.
I thought we had crossed every T and dotted every I.
Her close family friend Victoria interviewed with us while out of state. She's been Sarah's main point of contact while detained.
Sarah was awaiting on some travel documents to get approved. However, when her visa and her children's visas got approved, she felt comfortable being the one to take them over to Canada.
Sarah was reauthorized to work in the U.S., but permission to travel was still pending. Her attorney calls it a simple administrative error.
Anyone could have made it. I told her that, yes, that's true. You don't have a travel document, but you've only been gone about a day. Explain what happened.
So for me, I didn't know there was different kind of visas and stuff like that. So basically what they're stating is that she had the permission to work in Washington State, but she did not have permission to travel back and forth from Canada and, out the country, I should say.
Happened to the immigration officials.
Sarah's lawyer explained she's on a combo card. That's a temporary status that allows her to work while she applies for permanent residency. Sarah was originally sponsored by her husband, but she had to leave because of domestic violence. That allowed her to reapply.
And that's what makes this case different. A lot of immigrants will tell you like they've had a DV situation. Sometimes they stay because they feel, oh, well, if I leave, then I'll get deported or whatnot. Well, in this situation, she was sponsored by her husband, but she had to leave. She was in a DV situation. And by the way, DV is not legal, but what I'm stating is that her reasoning for staying because of a DV situation, this is why she can apply for her own visa.
And for legal status on her own.
Even if she didn't have her travel document, he did. So the fact that ICE has insisted on detaining the 6-year-old when there was absolutely no reason for him to be detained is unconscionable.
Now Sarah and her son Isaac are being held at an ICE detention center in South Texas. It's one of 2 ICE facilities in the U.S. that can hold families. Her friend says Isaac, who has sensory issues, is struggling to adapt.
You never think it's going to happen to you. I think the main thing she has expressed this whole time is just absolute shock and just devastation, because she really did feel like she had done everything that was required of her.
As for Sarah Shaw's 2 other kids, they were flying to New Zealand to visit their grandparents. The plan for them is to return next month and be in the care of their family friend Victoria. In the newsroom, I'm Christian Balderas, King 5 News.
That's crazy. The 6-year-old. So they said the 6-year-old, he has the right kind of paperwork. So with that being said, why is he not released? They're keeping them in Texas, which that's crazy. I didn't know there was only 2 facilities that could hold families, but now knowing that, it makes a lot of sense why you see all these people travel from different places. And it's all like, don't they have ICE facilities inside these states? But this one, like he said, can hold families. So man, that is wild. But there's another video because her union is trying to help her. She actually works in a juvenile detention center. So that's what she does for a living. So she does work for the state of Washington, which we said that. But her union is also trying to help her. So let me pull up this video as well too. Hold on. And please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel while I pull up this one. All right, here we go.
And her 6-year-old son are being held in an ICE facility in Texas. They were detained at the Canadian border. And John Hopperstad is breaking down the latest developments for us. John, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Yes, Sarah Shaw works for the Washington State Department of Children, Youth, and Families, and her union right now demanding she be released immediately. Now, she drove her 3 children to Vancouver International Airport. That was on July 24th to send off her 2 eldest kids on a flight to see family. But when she and her remaining son tried to cross back into the U.S., they were taken taken into custody. Now, according to her friends and coworkers, she has been detained illegally. They say she's in the United States legally, and she has valid.
Now, what's funny is that she was able to get through, but coming back home, they told her no. That's interesting.
Paperwork. The head of her union saying this trauma, this has already caused for her and her son may never be healed, but our union stands ready to help and support them in any way possible. An injury to one is an injury to all. Her union says Shaw performs a demanding and often dangerous job at Echo Glen Children's Center. That's a medium maximum security facility for troubled youth. Adding people like Sarah deserve the nation's admiration and respect. Her friend, you see here, created a GoFundMe page to help pay for Shaw's legal fees. It's already raised $33,000 of the goal of $35,000 to help with her legal expenses here. Again, both.
And as of right now, they're already at 47,000. So they are helping her. Now, one of the things that I read on the GoFundMe, which was interesting, was that her lawyer in Washington, where she lives, cannot help her in Texas. So she actually has to get a lawyer in Texas. So the reason why I bring this up is because you're realizing, like, as far as this whole immigration thing, you have to have money to try to fight it. If you don't have any money, you basically SOL. So mind you, she already has her lawyer in Washington, but she has to get one in Texas because ICE will only they will only deal with lawyers in that area. So basically in Texas, as long as you have a Texas lawyer, they can help you, but anybody from any other state, they can't. And I guess that's a rule that ICE has. You can't just have the lawyer in your state or whatnot. But anyway, you guys, if they snatching up white people like that, they snatching up everybody. So just be careful. The only thing I can wish for is that this family, especially the 6-year-old, get him up out of there. Like, he don't need to be in no ICE detention. And they even said that he has his paperwork. So why did they detain both of them? You know? Man, it's sad. It really is. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. You know, what happened to all the criminals? You know, wasn't it supposed to be all the criminals? But like I said, during that election, y'all didn't pay attention. Anybody who doesn't have the proper paperwork, or if you had some kind of temporary status or anything like that, they was canceling all that. And just because you were not born in this country, you are considered illegal. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, you guys, and let me know what you think about all of this. And, you know, my prayers for Sarah Shaw and her 6-year-old son. Have a good one, y'all.